Hola chicos, it's Mrs. Gonzalez here. Today we're going to start a new module, ¿Qué hay en tu ciudad? What is there in your city? The learning objectives will be describing your town or your village and using a, some and many in Spanish. If you see this symbol here of pause, it means that you must pause the presentation to do an exercise or copy down vocabulary or have some space to think. But of course you can always pause the presentation in other parts where you need a little bit more time. Before we go into ¿Qué hay en tu ciudad? We're going to do a very small quick recap of module 4 talking about where we live. Right, first of all, ¿Dónde vives? Where do you live? We saw the conjugation of AR, ER and IR verbs, so here's the first chance you have to show off the endings and as a challenge what these endings mean. Vivo, I live, vives, you live, vive, he, she lives, vivimos, we live, vivís, you all live, viven, they live. ¿Dónde vives? Where do you live? Vivo en una ciudad, a city or big town. Vivo en un pueblo, a village or a small town. To say where something is, you use está in for location. Here we go, el sur, the south, el norte, the north, el oeste, the west, el este, the east, la costa, the coast, las montañas, the mountains, el campo, the countryside. Have a go now, pause the video and have a go at translating these sentences. Right, we live in a town in the south of Spain. Vivimos en una ciudad en el sur de España. 2. You live in a village in the north of Leicestershire. Vives en un pueblo en el norte de Leicestershire. 3. She lives in a city in the mountains of Italy. Vive en una ciudad en las montañas de Italia. ¿Cómo es tu ciudad? Now, we always use adjectives to qualify nouns. You see some of here that have got the O endings in a blue and A endings in an A. Just a reminder that words in Spanish can be masculine or feminine. Masculine words normally end up in an O and feminine in an A. So if you're talking about a masculine noun, your adjective will have to match that, agree with that, and have an O ending as well. Here we got one industrial that is in purple because it's the same for masculine and feminine words. So for example here, divertido or divertida means fun. So pause the video and translate, write down and translate all these words. Right, so we got moderno, moderna, bonito, turístico, tranquilo, calm, limpio, clean, aburrido, boring, antiguo, antigua, old, feo, fea, ugly, industrial, industrial, ruidoso, noisy, sucio, dirty. And you can see these are opposites of each other, yes? Right, really good. Right, write these sentences down. ¿Qué hay en tu ciudad? En mi ciudad hay. So I is here is working as what there is, if you're asking a question, and to say there is. Okay, so we're going to go through the things that we can find in a city or a town, okay? Repeat after me. Un castillo. Un mercado. Un estadio. Un centro comercial. Un polideportivo. Una piscina. Una universidad. Unos museos. unas plazas. Muchos parques. Muchos restaurantes. Muchas tiendas. Now, there is a moment to pause the video and you got the list of the vocabulary. Please write it down, compare, you got everything with your fact book and translate them for me. And I would like you to think, what is the difference between un and una? What does unos, muchos mean? And as an extra challenge, how do you know what endings to use? Okay, so we got a castle, a market, stadium, a shopping centre, a sports centre, a swimming pool, a university, some museums, some town squares, lots of parks, lots of restaurants, lots of shops. Please mark yourself out of 12. Okay, so ¿qué hay en tu ciudad? We had 2 learning objectives. One is to describe your town or village, saying what things are in there, and using a, some, and many. So far, we've completed the first one, so well done, everybody. Right, so we left it at a question, what is the difference between un and una, and what does unos and muchos mean? So we saw un and una, excuse me, are the equivalent to our a, and we use un for masculine and una for feminine. Then we have unos and unas for some, and then we have muchos and muchas for lots of or many. And again, how do we know what endings to use? We're dependent on the noun. The noun and the adjective is what's going to determine if we use something finishing in o or something finishing in a. Okay? So pause the video again and try to translate the following sentences. A good idea would be to look back to the previous list to check if the words are feminine or masculine and what articles go before them. Pause the video and take a moment to write down in your books this little graph, and as an extra challenge you can translate the following. Right. Unas piscinas, muchos mercados, un restaurante, unos castillos, una tienda. If you've had the extra challenge, here are the results. And we're going to do a little bit more of grammar by using the negative. To say what there is, we saw that we used I plus que plus the indefinite article. And remember again the agreements, guys. Hay un cine y una piscina. So after a negative, you often don't use the article. Look at these examples and write them down. No hay parque, there isn't a park. No hay ni mercado ni castillo, there isn't a market or castle. Tampoco hay teatro, no is there a theatre. Please translate the following sentences again. You got them just here. Pause the video. Here you got some help, and as an extra challenge, you can write a short paragraph using no, ni, and tampoco about a city. Here are your responses. Hay un mercado, pero no hay un castillo. No hay estadio ni universidad. Tampoco hay parque. Y en mi pueblo hay un castillo y un museo. Sin embargo, no hay piscina ni plaza. Tampoco hay playa porque no está en la costa. Está en el campo. Gosh, guys, you got that fourth one. Give yourself a big, big, big pat on the back. Well done, everybody. Right, and I didn't want to finish this lesson with activity against the clock, against the mouse, contra el ratón. You're going to see a sentence in English, and I need you to write it down in your books in Spanish before the mouse gets to the hole. Are we ready? Here we go. Good luck. Mark yourselves out of 7. Bueno, chicos, that is all for this time. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Please remember that you can always email me if you have any questions about the lesson or you need any clarifications, and you can always get back onto this presentation if you want to go over any of the items that I've shown you today. Well, from me it's all. Stay healthy, helpful and calm, and I hope to see you soon, but in any case I'll be sending you another presentation very soon. Hasta pronto, chicos.